Welcome back to Animal Lover. What just... No, don't. Yes, we have to wait for a bit. So why don't I just talk about this game? Work game, please. Yeah. I don't know what to think about it, really. It is funny, in a way, and there will be 4 more characters that turn from animals to human, and all 5 are dateable. Yeah, it's working again. Great. I'll think about who to date when we get there. If there's one character I immediately fall in love with, I will pursue his route. So far, I don't know, and I'm not sure if I will play every ending or just one. Maybe I'll even end up on a neutral run, but that doesn't really matter, does it? It's just for fun, and I want to enjoy this game as much as possible. And let's just start. We're finally somewhere safe in the side yard of my house. Edmund is still a man who was less than 30 minutes ago a hamster. He is also visibly upset. I'm listening to Edmund regulate his breathing. He let out one sigh the moment we stepped in here and hasn't let another one out since. He should be way angrier at me than he is for my weird outburst. Then again, he's a prince. Maybe they just handle themselves a little better than, not princes, peasant folk? Edmund, you said? Yes, miss. He's going to have to cut that miss shit out pretty soon. I'm having trouble talking to him as a normal person. If I start thinking of him as a prince, I'm going to freeze up again for another good 5 hours. Please don't call me that. I apologize. Kaja, right? Kaja then? I changed his voice, but it's easier for me to say, so I hope you don't mind. And please don't apologize, you haven't... I make the mistake of looking him in the eyes. He's still gorgeous. Thankfully, a little less naked. I was expecting Edmund to be looking at me with big, sad puppy dog eyes, but his eyes are closer to curious than sad. He's not taking his eyes off of mine. I can't tell if he's studying my face or if he's simply listening, but I feel flattered and caught up off my guard regardless. You haven't done anything wrong. I was worried I hadn't offended you somehow. No, you haven't. It's just... This is weird, right? I'm not wrong for thinking this is weird. It's weird. I haven't been treating it that way, but I can only imagine the shock of... I'm going to let him finish his thought. I want to see how he phrases it. Watching a naked man rise from the body of what was once a hamster. It feels like it's a little more than that. I understand what you mean. I didn't actually think that would happen. This felt like a day like any other. I was going about my business as usual. I had just woken, eaten a few pellets, went to the... He catches my gaze for a moment. Right, well, hamster business. Wood shavings and everything. Wood shavings and everything. I see a young woman pick me up. She kisses me on the nose, and my body returns to me. I'm a little surprised myself. So this is weird for both of us. I don't know if I'd say it weird. Weird is a strong word, isn't it? We're not close. We're sitting good few feet apart. But I'm not talking to a prince for a moment. He begins to fidget with his hair. His eyes are a striking blue that attracts light and gleam like a brightly lit Christmas tree. Wait. Oh my god, Edmund, you're bleeding! The wounds on his body have begun to leak blood, looking a little more urgent than it had before. I am. Ah! Are you okay? Bursting out of that cage hurt a lot, actually, but I am fine. I thought you said it didn't hurt. What? When did I say that? I don't recall. Ah! Do you need a bandage? Wait, what am I saying? Let me go get you a Please don't trouble yourself, honestly. All I'd like is a towel to clean my wounds up a little and find a way to procure some clothes. If I go inside, I'm going to arouse suspicion from my mom. It's way too early to be back from the vet's office. I can sneak inside and grab a towel and come back out again. Then again, he's wearing a towel already. Well, if you want... I could sneak inside and grab a towel you can wipe yourself off with. Would you mind terribly? No, I just have to be a little stealthy about it. Why is that? I'm not supposed to be home yet. I should still be at work, and you don't stay to desk. Are a strange half-naked man. And that would be very difficult to explain to my mom. Oh, right. That makes sense. Okay, so I'll be right back. Alright then. I was only once able to remember a time I was this nervous at my own front door. A friend of mine had pressured me to try some weed and had dropped me off at home at 3 in the morning. It felt secretive, dangerous, and strange. It had never felt like this, like being seen could be a dangerous thing before. This felt a lot like that. Except I'm sober. In broad daylight. I walk into my house as quietly as I can. I can hear footsteps upstairs. They sound like they are heading towards the stairs, and my heart is already beating out of control. This close to being caught, and I just opened the door. Take cover. Quickly I dive for the back of a nearby couch, making an embarrassing amount of noise. The footsteps are silent for only a moment, then continue about their business upstairs. Nice work. Rolling my feet swiftly but quietly, I head towards the laundry room. Luckily, a batch of towels sits inside the dryer unfolded. I grab one, its warmth calming me slightly, and begin to head towards the door. The door to the master bedroom opens upstairs. My heart freezes up. It then closes again. I head out towards the side yard, sweating bullets. The door shuts louder than I would have liked. We're leaving. Are you okay? Yes. Fine. Edmund cleans himself up as we walk to the car. Thank you, Kaja. No problem. What a nice car. All right. Edmund has his eyes fixed out of the window, gazing at the streets and the people as they pass us by. His spirits seemed to have lifted a bit. I'm still not totally sure where I'm going when he finally speaks up. So we grabbed your car. I wasn't sure what he was getting at, yet, yes, I suppose we did, though. Without alerting your mother. Thankfully, yes. So she probably thinks you're at the vet. That's the plan. Which means I'm lying. I already feel a little worse. What the hell is he getting at? So then... Where is she going to think your car went? Well, I took it with me. But didn't you walk? Yeah, but I... Oops. Good thing my character thinks through. Yeah, totally. Hey, Mom. I can hear my voice played back to me just slightly as I talk. I picked up the car, something came up. I'll explain later, but I don't want you to think it was like stolen or anything. Sorry, I didn't come in to say hi. Anyway, love you. Bye. Click. If nothing else, it gives me a little more time to think up a decent lie. I hate lying, especially when I'm not necessarily doing something wrong. Should I have abandoned a naked Edmund on the streets for the sake of not having to lie to anyone? Probably. Would anyone understand if they caught me lying? Is this a decent excuse? All of these musings come to me as I am forced to select men's clothing from a thrift shop. Shirts, pants, underwear, shoes. I don't know if Edmund would be a medium or large. Maybe an extra large? He's not a small guy, which I guess would preclude the medium size. Or would it? I pick up all sorts of varying clothing and shoes. Thrift stores having a sale. It's all amazingly cheap. As I check out, swiping my card through the machine, I ask myself if anyone's going to pay me back for all of this. I don't suppose Mr. Prince can spot me at 20. Whatever. The clothes cost $5 at most, which would be easier to swallow if I was getting paid for my work. Internships. God. Returning to the car, I see Edmund staring out of the window at the bland grey suburbia. I can't see his face, it's turned away from me. If I was sitting where he was, I'd be looking out at the boring, hot mess of colorless concrete with annoyance. Who knows, though? Maybe he's doing the time traveler thing where every bit of modern life fascinates him. Or something. He seems fine. Hey, Edmund. Got you some... Got you some clothes. I think these should fit fine. Nothing fancy, mostly one-size-fits-all stuff. That's very kind of you, Kaja. Thank you so much. It's no problem. So we need to talk this thing out. Thing? Nothing specific. Just all of this. What's going on? I think we should grab a bite to eat and sit down to talk somewhere. Sounds good. Have you ever had coffee, Edmund? It's been a while. Would you like some? Certainly. Would it be all right if I also got water? Oh, of course. We are still talking like people. I haven't caught him speaking like a royal or turning his nose up or at anything. His poise is remarkable, actually. He grips his seat a little as I start up the car. I take him to a chain coffee shop. I'd take him to a neat underground coffee shop if I knew any. Oh well, he won't know the difference. So, I ordered him a black coffee and I put cream and sugar in it, imagining that he would not like coffee's bitter taste at first. I personally got an overly sugary frappuccino. We got our drinks, sat down, and I'm ready to listen. Ugh. Sugar and coffee, no, just no. Why? Alright, I can't judge anyone else. I am drinking 80% milk and the rest coffee, but still, sugar and coffee, nah, that is a no-go for me. We got our drinks, sat down, and I'm ready to listen, right? My mind is open. I am calm. I don't have to go to the vet today. I take a deep breath. I really do. Begin. What? Begin. How did this begin? What caused you to become a hamster, and how did it turn out that I could kiss you and turn you back into a human? I have no idea. What? I don't know. Oh. I thought you'd know. Yeah, I really don't have a clue. It's all a blur. You're serious? Completely. I'd really like to know. I don't, though. I think maybe I was a wizard. God. God damn it. A wizard. Huh. I don't know. It feels like it would be. It would be a spell or something. I remember my 25th birthday. I remember a lot of people passing around alcohol. I remember large castle halls and big promises. One day, out of nowhere though, I just kind of realized that I am a hamster. Like, I was probably a hamster for maybe a few years before I realized that I was one. Could have been a decade. I don't know. Then I had a bit of a crisis, a panic. For the first 100? It had to be at least 100 years. For the first 100 or so years, I was a wild hamster, resurrecting as a wild animal over and over again. I would die over and over. Sometimes I would be a hawk. Other times it was a badger or something. Sometimes it would be a disease. Since when is a disease an animal? Sometimes I just die. Alright. So, okay, it would be. Okay. Alright. It would die over and over again. Sometimes it would be a hawk, sometimes it would be a badger, sometimes it would be a disease, and sometimes it just die. For, like, no reason. Then, one day, I was a domesticated hamster. I was placed in a cage and then placed in another cage. A little girl looked after me. I was taken care of, and then I died of old age. For a moment, Edmund is silent. This is a lot for me to take into. Sorry, I'm rambling. I promised I wouldn't do this, but hamsters can't talk. They can't talk to anyone, not even to each other. Promised you wouldn't do what again? Casually referred to my previous hamster life. I did make him promise that, didn't I? Apologize for your grumpiness. Hey Edmund, forget I said that. It was really rude of me, I'm sorry. I understand. Really, I do. I didn't mean to come across as a cavalier. I should have understood that I was trivializing something that could have been, well, shocking to you. I should be the one apologizing. He's looking at me piteously. I wish he wouldn't. I just wish I hadn't snapped like that. He has nothing to apologize for. Don't apologize, Edmund. Everything's alright. Please, continue what you were saying. Alright. We'll hear the rest of the story in the next part. I'm yawning in like every part. I'm sorry. Alright, right. We'll see each other in the next part. We'll hear each other in the next part. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Bye.